HO Talk Show. HO Talk Show. We still here in the booth in the building, still standing. And as we said, if you haven't told a friend, you should tell a friend, because as always, we take Cville to the world and bring the world to Cville.
Right.
And what better way to do that than through your media landscape, Miss Max? You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You know, because in my humble opinion, talk show, like we said, 10 years strong, right? And the brother we got sitting right in between us right about now, like such a pleasure to have him in here with us, because like we cut our teeth together. Like, do people still say that, cut your teeth?
I've never heard that in my entire life.
Come on, bro.
This is my first time hearing that. I was very startled by it.
Yeah.
You didn't say anything else. I was going to ask you about it later. But
Yeah.
continue. It sounds good.
No, I've definitely heard it before, but I appreciate this
See, we're a
guy
little more country
that's
than you.
joining
Okay.
that's joining us today. And what I like is the authenticity
Yes, indeed.
that you bring along with you. So appreciate you. Right up front. There you go.
Yeah.
Nah, I've never heard it before.
Yes, indeed, man. So talking about none other than Chris Newman, VA Dove, my brother, man. How you feeling this Sunday afternoon?
You know, man, I'm feeling a little weird, bro. I didn't think me sitting up in 101 Jam Studios was how I was going to end the year, but
Hey,
here we are.
That's
so
right. Look at God.
I didn't have that on my bingo card, so it's like, you know, a lot of nostalgia's going on right now. It's been a long time since I've been here, so
loving it, man. And so as we said, man, so this is, you know, like we're going on 10 years strong, man. 10 years deep. You know, IMHO being in existence, man.
Right.
And part of that is thinking about the history of when folks said that there was no hip hop, no urban like radio, like no even the podcast sector. If you think about 10 years ago, like that didn't even
it wasn't a
exist.
thing. Yeah.
Right. Like so when you so how does it feel, man, to think about, you know, going from the boombox days when we were trying to just get our music on there to then having our own shows to now you having this successful podcast, man.
Yeah.
Like you ever stop and think about your journey? Like when you were a young kid, teenager, rapping in the halls and everywhere, like did you think that like you'd be having a podcast of people wanting to come on and sit down and have conversations with you?
You know what, man? Not in a million years. I did not see that comment. Honestly, I didn't even think I was gonna have the love for media that I wound up having. You know, thanks to guys like, you know, you, Be Easy, Almighty, of course, like y'all kind of introduced me to broadcasting. And I don't think I even would have guessed that podcasting was even a thing if I didn't like develop a love for this first. And it's just so crazy how life turns out. You know, we all start off with one thing and then we branch off to other things and we grow. And, you know, 10 years, a lot can and has happened in 10 years. You get what I'm saying? So it's crazy to see those landscapes that you make, but you know, God don't make mistakes, and you know, it ain't our plan to, you know what I mean?
That's right.
You know what I mean? We just gotta live it out, you know. So it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed,
So
man.
I'm curious though, while you know radio and podcasting may not have exactly been on your radar, you certainly believe that you had a voice and wanted to share that with people in some form or fashion. So can you talk more about that, of what you thought your voice was, what it is that you thought was important about it, that you needed to share it with people?
First things first, I love the sound of it.
Okay.
I love the sound of my
saying
own voice. I just do. I can talk to myself all day. If I didn't link with y'all, I'd be in my car right now having an in-depth conversation with myself. So I realized that even through, you know, me trolling and me being funny and me, you know, being, you know, more humorous than most times, I'm realizing that people still listen to what I gotta say. And sometimes I've had to learn the hard way that, you know, people listen to the stuff I actually say. So I have over time learned some sort of like control with that, so that I'm not just blabbing off at the mouth, and I'm very responsible with the things that I say and the things that I joke about. So it's like, it's taught me the boundaries that I don't think any other profession I've really worked at has. Like with rapping, I can really, that's how vast it is. You know, I can really just lyrically say whatever I want, you know, and I'm interviewing a person, and this person may have a controversial past, right? They may not necessarily want to talk about that. We didn't discuss that before I interviewed you. Now, I got my boss, though, man, who's like, yes, ask the questions because we don't care. But I have integrity with what I do, so I don't think I would have learned that if I hadn't learned that, like, okay, this microphone is very powerful. When that light is on, people are listening. Be on point.
Right. Yeah. We are talking to none other than VA Doe, Chris Newman. Now speaking of, so we talking a little bit now about the Chris Newman show, right? Is that what's called?
Chris Newman podcast.
Chris Newman podcast. Yeah. But the VA Doe moniker kind of reared his head again this year because maybe off the heels of the whole Kendrick Drake thing and then like the Clips album, folks started recognizing, you know, that the game may have been missing some real MCing. So locally, somebody done awoke VA Doe. Tell us a little bit about that.
Man, you know, man, all's fair in love and war. You know, it's so much talent in Charlottesville, man. It's so many people with a voice and a vibe and a wave and their own little thing that they got going on. And it's a lot of, you know, personalities in the town, you know, with a lot of egos in the town. So once, I don't know why, but once we start handing out awards of any sort of kind in the 434, 804 area, if we do a top 10 producer, I could drop a top 10 producer list right now and start a complete war with every producer within the 540 area, 434. Like, it's like we just get so competitive when that happens. So when the Best of Black came up and they were talking about, you know, the Best of Black artists, which I'm gonna be honest, man, as far as people that are putting out music, people that are consistent, it's not that many, man. You got Lady Tage, you got Lee Banger, you got LT when he feel like it. We don't have, like, who's gonna win it next year? We can't give it to Lee Banger a third year in a row. We can't. We just can't. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, we need to like make some more rappers or something, or get a new category, because it's like it's very few and far between. So when that list comes out and people get upset about it, and people say, well, I'm the best, and and then my 2 cents rarely helps anything. I don't know why. I just don't. Like I said, when I say, you know, it go places sometimes. So, you know, I had ruffled a few feathers. So I got this. Like, I caught a stray. And within that stray, it was just, you know, saying, oh, he was cool back then, he can't really do it anymore, he's not that good. And I was like, well, that's not true. Right. Prove that wrong. So let me go in the studio and rap again. And, you know, as much as I loved putting those words together, as much as I go back to it and listen to it, and I'm like, oh my God, I went crazy on that. As much as I do that, I still am like, okay, that's done. Okay, back to what I was doing. Like,
Lex, you've been featured on like some Nathaniel Starr projects. Did you do something with AD Carson? I was thinking you did. Maybe.
Yeah, not. We did work together. It was vague. I don't know if I put a verse or anything, but we had worked together.
Got you. Like, so outside of doing your own projects, like that sort of soothes the beast. You know what I mean?
And in like most cases, I don't know, man. Rap music ain't what it was 10 years ago. Facts. That's for sure. Yeah. So I personally don't like it very much anymore, to be honest. Like, once Kanye West went all German on us, I was like, all right, yo, maybe I should have went to law school. Like, maybe I should have did performing arts.
Was he holding the keys like that? Like,
to me, because he was the top of it. You know, I love Drake. Kendrick Lamar is my favorite lyricist ever, but I held Kanye to such a high pedestal. He was why I still love he is why I still love hip hop. But watching this man fall apart has me questioning things. Watching, you know, I love the Harlem Shake, man, in 2001. We was all doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
Take that money, right? That money. You can't. I work at a homeless shelter. They donated some Bad Boy clothing. It was Bad Boy Record t-shirt. And I couldn't pay a person to take one of those shirts. Homeless people.
Yeah.
Hip hop's dead, bro. Let's all admit it. The people that we love, Jay-Z he don't want to do this no more. Like, who's really keeping it going other than Kendrick and Drake, them going at it with each other. It's like, I really don't, it just doesn't, you know, like
but you said something that I didn't want to lose point of is that the whole Cville has the talent, man. And like, I was hopeful, like with the battle that came out, because I was like, man, like this is bringing MCs back to the forefront. I was hopeful that we would maybe get a mixtape, maybe see some features, see some shows popping up. Seemed like it kind of fizzled out. Like through your years, what do you think is that missing ingredient to really take Cville talent to the next level?
Controversy.
Like, we need controversy?
We need controversy. Okay. We need to be honest with how much we hate each other. Okay. We have to do it. That's what they want from us. That's what I have never seen the public care so much about local hip hop until we were airing out each other's dirty laundry. And that's I got friends, man, best friends, people I've been friends with my entire life. They ignored my entire rap career. Like, they never, you know, we all kick it. We all been thugging. We all was in the streets, but they would never be like, hey, man, heard the mixtape, good work. Like, they just would never acknowledge that I rapped. They would call me every day like, yo, bro.
That's crazy.
You gonna diss them today or tomorrow? What you doing? Like, I'm like, yo, y'all just want to see us kill each other, honestly. So
that's wild.
It's
what I think about.
Unfortunate, but that's the way of the world, man. We want to see it be exploited. Why do we watch car, you know, run around? I want to see one of them joints flip. I want to see one of those cars flip. I want to see an accident. And unfortunately, it's what sells nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. It's a very controversial statement, albeit I believe that is true. But where is the agency for us to define who we are, what we represent, what is rap, what is good rap? Like, why do we, you know, have to like respond in kind to controversy sells? So that's what we have to answer to.
It's horrible. I hate the thought of it.
Like, honestly. Can we change it? Like, as a people, like, can we change? I feel like we could.
I feel like when I was really, really like pushing the music thing, I feel like that was what I was fighting for. I feel like I was fighting for the other side of the pillow. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than none. Looking at it from the outside in, like, I didn't want to be the glitz glamour rapper. I didn't want to promote killing my brothers and beating on my sisters. I didn't want to make music like that, you know? So I had to get creative. I had to get really good. I had to get really exciting. I had to get really, you know, I had to open my mind in order to make music, be from the streets, not be a street dude and still get respect from the streets. That was what I really put it all into, and that's what I fought for. And as much as I get such a wonderful response from, you know, people like you, people like, you know, there's just people that would stop me in the street and be like, yo, Duck, you still got it. It's a lot of people that don't care about that either. So it's like, I know my audience and I know who I'm doing this for. And I'm doing this for the small majority of people that still have that integrity, that listen to music that make them feel something. You know, fast food is cool for the moment, but every once in a while, you know, you sit down and you cook something, you put some heart and soul into it, and I think that's what is important.
Yeah. Before Charles moves on to the next thing, I want to ask it based on your response. Are you saying that rappers are missing creativity to be able to rap about anything else?
Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. I'm a big fan. I don't want to spend too much time on it though, but I'm a big fan of Wale. Have y'all heard his new album that came out?
Yeah, for sure.
Always solid. I got into an argument on my podcast with my co-host because I said I didn't like the new album he put out. And they were like, what? Why? And I was like, because as dope of an artist he is, it's a lot of remixed 90s, remixed nostalgic. You're selling me nostalgia. You're selling the production. Yeah. Like, and I feel like the production carries the whole album in my, you know? So if you take, let's say I sample H to the Izzo, but I say VA to the Dizzo or something stupid, you know what I'm saying? But I'm spinning it for me. But I know that when you hear it, you're going to remember what you were doing in 2000, 2001 when that song came out. So I automatically have you as a fan, because I'm pandering to the nostalgia. It's just like Fortnite selling me a Ninja Turtle skin. I'm only paying for this skin because I missed the Ninja Turtles. I missed what was going on, and so I hate that we're losing the creativity of making a song like Nike Boots. He came up with that. You know what I mean? That's his song. Like, that's what I want from artists. I want you, like, even with Kendrick, Squabble Up. That sample that he used, he didn't lean on that sample. He helped it, like the sample was in the background. It didn't lead the song. Yeah, instead of somebody just taking somebody's whole old song and then, unless you're Chris Brown, I don't want to hear you do it. That's basically what I'm at.
But you know what, though, I gotta be honest real quick. I had a sort of different take on that Wale. Like, I feel like he was leaning more into some of the Nigerian roots. Like, there was a lot of like African drums kind of tracks on it. That stood out more to me. But I feel what you're saying.
But yes, and that is true, and that was the argument why everybody disagreed with me. Because he does stay true to his DC roots. He does stay true to his Nigerian roots. You can hear that in the stuff that he talks about, and he's so intelligent and he's so like raw, but as a fan, I wasn't pleased.
I feel you, bro. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking and have been talking to none other than Chris Newman, VA Dope. So, Chris, I know the last thing that I had for you, see what else Max has, was just going forward, man. So we wrapping up this year, 2025. You know, we've talked about, you know, our history together and like all the advancements that you made in music and media, man. So what's next for the Chris Newman podcast? Like, where's this thing going? Because, you know, one thing I appreciated, man, is that like through what, like, we've really grown together. And whether we talking about Sarad, we talking about Doe Man, you know, Vinegar Hill, and everybody connected, like seeing that growth and seeing how there's like a new sort of media landscape that we have in Charlottesville that we're working with, and everybody's eating. You know, I love seeing that. So what can the people look out for, man? Like, where you trying to take this thing?
Just a lot more work with Blue Period Media. Big shouts to Blue Period Media, my boy Doe Man. Shouts to Lady Tage, XL, my boy Sweet Lick. We're gonna be doing a lot more of the, you know, the weekly recaps. We're gonna stay on top of that. Chris Newman podcast, I really am kind of running out of ideas. Like, I feel like I've interviewed everybody. I know it's still some people left. You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely would love to get Razor in there for one good joint. I think that'd be a good joint. I think that'd be a good joint to get them in the door. Get you know, Papers. I got like a few people that left that I've been holding out on, because it's like, once I interview these people, bro, I gotta start just interviewing the homeless. Like, just bring Baby James up there and just get him a 40 and let him rock off. Like, that's really where I'm at, because I feel like I've done it all, kind of. So I really want to. And I know might be a little too old for this, but I really want to stem into streaming. I do a lot of reaction videos without recording and posting them. I just be sitting in my house like, here's a reaction. Like, I'm going to start like really putting my foot on like the whole TikTok meta, you know, that whole sphere. Like, I really want to and focus on like kind of the comedy part of it. You know what I mean? And, you know, just entertaining people all around.
Yeah, bro, those on location videos that you and Tage been doing to be on point. So definitely lean into that. I would say.
Definitely. Absolutely. Thank you.
Man, thank you for being here today, Miss Max. What you think?
You know, I mean, I'm good. I have questions, but they take time, and I don't know how much time we got left. But should I ask it? Let's see. And I set this question up particularly for you because I caught your show when you used to be with Jams, and you can talk about anything. And you can talk about it in so many different ways and with such depth. I've always thought it was interesting hearing your conversations.
You were the first, I'm sorry, you were the first person that I saw in person like that, like that really inspired me. Like on radio, because like sometimes you hear voices, right, and you like you can't really match the face to the voice, but to see you work in person, I was like, damn, that energy, like that know-how is entertain. It's like keeping your attention, but it's also flowing, you know, with this show in and out of the music and the breaks, Like you taught me more than you know just about watching you do your show.
Man. For sure. I appreciate that.
And, I'm sorry.
So when I found out you were coming on the show, a couple things came to mind. First, I thought about our young Black men in our local high school, CHS, who are just kind of like, getting wayward and getting lost to whatever, streets or whatever, not making good decisions, life leading to jail or, drug addiction or what have you, trouble in their homes, different things like that. So I thought about that and what those kids need. Right. And I'm definitely not equipped to, I don't have the experiences and I'm not equipped to be able to answer those questions. I don't understand them in that way. Right. So my initial thought was, getting your response to that. But during that same time, I happened to watch an interview between Maya Angelou and James Baldwin. And in that interview, James Baldwin says that I believe he was referring to Black men. It could have been referring to Black people in general, but that we are always between resisting and resenting. And that was very interesting to me. And I wondered how you would understand something like that as a Black man existing in this world today. And then what your thoughts might be as all of that relates to our young Black youth, particularly male youth.
I think it really starts at us being pissed off, being upset, feeling not seen, not heard, feeling like we have to put up this facade that we're the toughest person in the world when we are scared and we are lonely and we are just more anxious than ever. I've been a young Black male that went to CHS at one point in time. I lived in Prospect Avenue. I lived on South First Street, and I lived over the projects. I am in my 40s, so I was living in those places where people beat you up for just coming over that side of town. So I myself had to find a way to not hate myself for not wanting to sell drugs, not hate myself for not wanting to be in a gang, not hate myself for not wanting to be a part of this crew or this facade and be something unique. That was the most difficult thing I've ever done in my life. And I don't know how I could even advise a young brother to do what I did as far as go against that grain and be different and be unique, because it's such a brave thing that you have to do. And it's something that really is going to take all of your strength to be able to do. What I will say is, at my age right now, I am at that point where I can advise these young brothers and give them some good insight, and like I said, when I talk, they listen
because they want to walk the straight and narrow.
Right, they do, but it's hard because there is people are expecting you to be how your dad was, or people are expecting you to be how your brothers were, or stuff like that, and in that pressure alone could crush a regular person. I could imagine what it would do to a 16-year-old. Right. So when I speak to the youth, I try my best to advise them, but like you said, there will be some resistance and there will be some resentment, because what you talking about, old dude? Get out my face. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when old dudes were trying to talk, when I was at the Boys Girls Club and dudes were, get out of my face, old man. Like, you don't know nothing about what I'm going through. Mind you, he's like in the future, like trying to stop me from making horrible mistakes, but I'm not listening to that. I'm a young dummy. That's just so I do take that with it too, to know that these young brothers gonna have to go out and venture out and learn on their own. Just pray that some of these words get through to them like it got through to me, man. I don't know. That's good luck, little bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Cool.
No, thank you for that, man. And look, you didn't know you were going to have another life's big question. But,
man.
Max, you know how we do.
That's good, man. That's a balance, yo. For real. I love that.
Appreciate it. You remember that, Max? Remember he was one of our select delegates for that life's big questions, which was which was a popular joint.
Did you asked me the question on that, didn't you?
I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah, I think we both did.
I was so humorous. I was like, and you were so serious, and I was like, I had a funny answer.
Yeah. Good stuff, man.
Yeah, man.
Chris Newman, man, much success, brother. Continue, man. We always got love for you. And, let's keep growing, keep grinding, man. Let's do all those things that we say we haven't seen yet, but we know we need.
Absolutely, let's do it. Hey, thanks for having me, man. Big shout out to y'all. One-on-one jams. Like I said, I didn't see me doing an interview here at the end of the year on my bingo card. So it's really dope to be here, man, and just do this again.
For sure. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.